We are live. This is the Resellers Wake Up. It's Monday, the 3rd of November, and we're doing it again this week. We've been going for a few weeks now, and it's been going pretty strong. We've been having a lot of fun, so we're going to keep rolling this train until the wheels fall off. This week, we've got Wednesday, Tracy Smith, Entrepreneur Girl, is going to be coming on, so if there's any day that you want to mark your calendars for, you got to check that one out because she's awesome. If you aren't subscribed to her channel, she's got a lot of videos up and she puts out some quality content, has an awesome story, all that stuff. But as for today, we're just going to be talking about the weekend, and everybody seems to be mentioning slower sales on eBay, and kind of wanted to brainstorm a little bit on that, try and figure out what might be going on, but. Anyway, this is a working hangout. People are going to be shipping stuff and listing stuff. You might hear some tape in the background, things like that. So, yeah, how was everybody's weekend? Anything interesting? Any good sales or anything that y'all found? I know it was Halloween, a lot of retail arbitrage, stuff like that.
Yeah, man, I found a whole bunch of free candy.
Yeah, people were just giving it away at their doors and where I'm at.
Dude, it was crazy, and then my kids brought these buckets of it home.
Man.
I mean, I don't know. I asked them where they sourced it. They didn't know what that meant.
I kept seeing all these horror stories about everybody being worried about people giving out pot candy, but, man, nobody. I was looking for it. Nobody gave out any pot candy that I could find.
Hey, we always go to the nice neighborhoods. I mean, pretty much I don't take the kids trick or treating unless there's a chandelier hanging up in the entryway.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I remember we used to just kind of hit everywhere. We'd have garbage bags in the trunk, man, and me and my brother would just be killing it on Halloween night. But yeah,
we had a good time. I mean, we don't hit the nice neighborhoods specifically for the candy, but mostly because it's a nice neighborhood.
Right.
And where we live, there's not a whole lot of trick-or-treating, so we meet up with some friends, and, the nice neighborhoods tend to be a little safer and stuff,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I actually had to teach a class on Friday night, so I couldn't take my kid out because of the time, but she had fun. My wife took her out with a bunch of her friends, and they had a good time, and my kids got plenty of candy to last her for a while.
Right.
I went and kidnapped a couple of kids and took them out trick-or-treating, and we split it halfway, 50-50. Did pretty well.
Right. Yeah, so how are the Halloween sales? I know all the Halloween stuff went on clearance this weekend, so probably a good time for some of you guys to get out there and start picking stuff up for next year.
I was saying earlier, I picked up about $400 worth of stuff that's, I got to hold it. I put it all in one box. That was awesome. And it'll sell for somewhere around $2,500, but of course that'll be, I won't post it up probably till next year, in the summer or something like that. So.
Right. But 400, if you got the money to sock away until next year, then it'll be a good return. It'll be worth it.
Well, I just figure my kids won't eat lunch for the rest of the year, and that'll pretty much.
Yeah, that should cover it.
Hey, I got lucky as shit. The school here got a grant this year, so K through 5th grade got free breakfast and lunch the whole year.
Oh man.
Nice.
So yeah, I was pretty stoked about that.
That is awesome.
Right.
Small town, man. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to what the schools are doing yet, but next year I'm going to have to actually start looking just because my kid will be starting kindergarten finally. But
yeah, it's important to look at the schools, man, and figure out where you want to send her.
Is she going to go public or private?
Oh, definitely public.
Is she?
Yeah, I'm not overly concerned. I mean, I came from a public school. I turned out okay, I guess, but.
Oh no, I was just.
Well, that's debatable.
That seems to be the big choice is public or private. So I was just wondering which way she was going.
I can't afford private school. That's why she's going public.
You guys don't have charter schools there?
Yeah, we've got them, but the way that they work, you have to be I guess, or what, I can't remember what they're called. I got a bunch of friends that had their kids put in these schools where they have to pay a bunch of money for preschool, but if they get in on preschool, then they're guaranteed slots for the rest of the school. Like, uh,
That's ridiculous.
I can't remember what it's called, but
Yeah.
they're the longer you're in the school, the less it costs, or something like that, or the longer your kids are in. And then if your one kid gets in, then your other kids have a better chance of getting in. It's some
So
weird.
they're founding members.
What's that?
They're founding members of a new charter school.
No, it's not a charter school. It's. I
No,
think it starts
but
with like a K.
I mean, it's like the same. They're set up the same way as the charter schools. They're independent schools, but there are ones that offer you to be a quote unquote founding member.
I don't-
That here. That's
I don't know,
how.
and I don't care. I mean,
Yeah. So they've got charter schools here, but most of them are paid for by the state.
yeah. I know that
The ones that aren't paid for by the state, like what Paul's talking about, they have more autonomy. You know, I mean, they don't have to answer so much. They can, you know, be like that kooky cool school where the kids actually, you know, they really enjoy going. And
Well, they've got those here, though, believe it or not, and they're paid for by the state.
where are you at?
North Carolina.
Cool.
They've got all kinds of crazy stuff. My aunt, I guess it'd be her husband's nephew, teaches at it's a cultural infusion school or something like that in Charlotte. And it's a charter school, and they teach the kids Italian, Spanish, and English.
We have they're usually called immersion.
Yeah, immersion schools, that's what it is.
Yeah.
But it's paid for by the state.
Ours is public. In Milwaukee, there's a I think there's a German immersion and a French immersion.
Yeah, but they've got I can't remember the name of them all, but I know there's a music academy around and some other ones.
Are you near Charlotte?
I'm only about an hour from Charlotte.
That's cool. I grew up in Concord.
I have an idea where that's at.
Where the Charlotte Motor Speedway
I
is.
grew up in Buffalo.
No, it's where the Charlotte Motor Speedway is.
Oh, okay, then I know where it is.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah. But well, you know where I live then, because where 74 and 26 meet is Columbus. That's where I live.
Yeah.
I do know where you are.
Yeah. But yeah, because there's like 3 charter schools near me, but our school here, our public school is so good that, you know, we haven't bothered to look into the charters much more than, you know, give them a call and stop by and look at it. That's about it.
Right.
You know, but now you go to the next county over, and yeah, people are fighting to try to get into the charter schools because the school system sucks. But this one here is rated number 4 in the state.
If you could get her into a public Montessori school,
That's what they're called, Montessoris.
Montessori is awesome. That's like one of the best, easiest ways for kids to learn.
Yeah. Well, they're like I said, all my friends have their kids in them, but like for the preschool level, you got to pay out the ass. I mean, I'm talking $3,000 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can't afford that.
Do they not have a what do you call it? Crap.
Scholarship grant.
Scholarship.
How do you get a scholarship for a 4-year-old? They haven't.
Oh,
If
dude,
you're
preschools have scholarships. Private schools have scholarships, and grants. If you don't, you know, if your family income is not above a certain level, most of them have it's usually not many, but most of them have a handful of scholarships to give out to the kids.
Yeah. Well, it's too late now. I mean, it's too late.
Oh, she already did. That's right. She already did preschool.
Yeah, she's in school, and I can't just like move her into one. I mean, I might be able to, but I don't know. I doubt it. Like I said, though, like all my friends are into that stuff, but I just don't have the cash, so it's like
Oh, I understand.
I'm not trying.
I mean,
to
if we,
go
I don't
out
think
there
we
and
could pull off sending our kids to private school. Both of our boys, I don't think we could pull it off.
not trying to get out there and take look for free money everywhere I can. You know, I'd rather. Never been that type, but anyway, everybody's been complaining about slow sales on eBay, and it seems like, well, not every. There's a few people that are still killing it, but like even the people that post these huge numbers, it seems like on the Facebook pages have been mentioning like the last week or so things are slowing down, that they've been quieter. They're still posting big numbers, but it's just not. They're backing off a little bit. I don't know. What do you guys think that's attributed to? I know Halloween people were kind of thinking about that, and I don't think that's a holiday that a whole lot of people like go out there and try and work their eBay stores around.
Well, I listened to Scavenger Life's podcast they just put out last night, and they were talking about their numbers, from October, and it seemed like it was slow, it was slowing down, and they looked at the numbers from last October and the previous years as well, and they said it was pretty much right on the same. It was right on the money, same as last year and same as the year before. So,
yeah, well, November's gonna explode, I think. I'm just trying to focus on getting as much listed as I can. The nice thing about not having sales is you don't have anything to ship and you don't have to worry about it. I had a bunch of sales. I had 13 sales over the weekend, but they were all smalls. I've never had a weekend where I did more than like 10 or 15 items where I didn't sell at least a $200 item or something to make it worthwhile. This weekend it was like all $5 and $10. My biggest sale was like $20 for a CD player. So this weekend was kind of weird for me, but I don't know. Amazon was great. For some reason they paid me my payday on Amazon, and then I got 3 more sales that day, so they paid me again. I didn't know they did that.
Nice.
But yeah, that'll be a nice little shot. It's like $500 or something.
I like to think that everybody's just saving up their money for November Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
They're not saving it on Amazon, I'll tell you that.
No, Amazon, no.
There.
And some people are wondering if they got lower exposure. They didn't sign up for holiday returns.
That could be it, but I've got holiday returns on a lot of my stuff. As I listed, I've been opting in just because I really don't think I'm gonna have to worry about it. And plus, if you think about it, the week of or that end of December, whatever, it should be some of the best months that we're gonna have. So if I gotta eat 1 or 2 sales because somebody wants to send something back because they didn't like it, then it is what it is.
One thing I haven't looked it up myself yet, but they said they changed it around. eBay has changed it around. If you don't offer holiday returns, you don't lose your top-rated seller status.
No. They're just giving you a 5% bonus to your discount if you opt in.
Correct.
And they're just not penalizing you if you don't opt in. And I don't think that has anything to do. I don't think they're going to affect your search ranking because you don't do the holiday returns. But I'm sure that people can search based on whether or not the holiday returns are offered.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's doing that, like when they're looking for a gift or whatnot, then I think it's one of those things where if you offer the holiday returns, it'll be good for you, but eBay's not going to penalize you just because you don't do it. But we'll see what.
Yeah, now, did everybody opt into the hassle-free return stuff?
Yeah, I'm in hassle-free returns, and I've had absolutely no problems with it.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Now, did you add a restocking fee to your listings?
No.
See, that's one thing I did, because the last return that I had I had a restocking fee on there, I would have at least recouped some of the money I lost on it. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't lose any money.
It does uphold that restocking fee because it is programmed into it's programmed into the return system. So if somebody returns it using hassle-free and you have a restocking fee in there, they automatically remove that stocking fee from the refund.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The only time that I ever have returns is when I screw up. I don't get these horror story buyers that people talk about that are like, oh yeah, I didn't like the item, so I'm sending it back or something. Any of that stuff, I screwed up. It's my fault if I have a return.
Yeah.
But
well, if they're buying on PayPal, aren't they getting that million-day return policy anyway?
They got a 6-month return policy on PayPal anyway.
I mean, you're gonna, even if you opt out, you're still one side or another, you're going to end up returning stuff 6
Yeah,
months.
if somebody wants to take your money or get their money back, they're going to be able to get their money back. You don't have a whole lot of uh, control over that if you're selling on somebody else's platform. I mean, if you want to avoid all that and do everything your way, you really need to just start your own website and start selling from there. Honestly.
Well, I think the key to some of that's going to be, though, is once PayPal and eBay are completely split, if we get some other third party money handlers that come in and get away from PayPal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like money.
Okay, so Start When Go was asking, how do you add a restocking fee? When you're posting up your listings, down in the return policy part, there should be a place where you can add a restocking fee. It'll be right there with like your return, how many days you accept returns and all that stuff. It'll be right there on the bottom of that little part of the form.
Yep.
That'd be your store policies, right?
No, the return policy.
Return policy.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't add a restocking fee just because I don't feel, like I said, most of the time I screwed it up. It's my fault if I'm getting a return. Like maybe the game didn't work or something. And you know, if that happens, that happens.
Well, but if that happens, they don't pay the restocking fee.
Right, exactly. There's no restocking fee if.
Right. It's only if, like in Brian's instance, where, I don't want this anymore. Well, if he'd had a 20% restocking fee on there, he would have recouped it, or kept at least 20% of the sale price.
Well, okay, so if I make a couple dollars on the shipping most of the time, if it's a bigger item, I'll make at least $1 for smaller items, and then so they don't get the money back for the original shipping, and they don't get the money back. Like if they have to pay to ship it if they want to return something, and it's not my fault. So I'm making something anyway, and then I get to relist the item, and I'll just sell it again. I mean, it's not like it's not going to be resellable, unless it's a brand new item that they opened or something like that.
Yeah, but it could be that, or you could have missed the market window.
Yeah, that's true. Like if it's a Halloween costume or something like that, I would probably put a restocking fee on Halloween costumes if I were selling that sort of thing. But I don't chase seasons on eBay just because I don't know. It's always
right, or like if you were selling frozen stuff, that stuff, it fluctuates so much, You get it back, and now it might only sell for 70% of what you sold it for before,
That's true. It could also go for 70% more than you sold it for before. I mean, not likely, but the collectibles market's weird like that, especially newer collectibles like brand new unboxed toys, Magic the Gathering cards, newer comic books, sports memorabilia. I know Pinching Pesos got one of those Spurs commemorative rings or whatever. Actually, she said she got a few of them when she went to Spurs game last week, and she put it up on eBay and sold it for like $300 right away. But I mean, once that got outed on ESPN that they were selling for so much, everybody started putting theirs up, and I wouldn't be surprised if within a week or two they're only going for $50, just because they had to give out like 30 or 40,000 of those things at a football game. But I don't know. What happened with you, Brian? That return you got?
Just basically got a return request that said it didn't need it anymore, and the comments was given one as a gift after they already ordered it. Like to return it. Sorry. And that was the comment.
Yeah. Actually, what I've been getting a lot of are global shipping program sales. Like somebody will buy the item, and then they'll get in touch with me, and they'll be like, really, you're going to charge me this much for shipping? And I have to explain to them, I don't charge you. I don't see how much eBay charges you. I opt into the global shipping program, eBay handles it all, and they don't tell me how much they're charging you. I don't see any of that money. It all goes straight to eBay. All I do is send the item to their warehouse in Kentucky. I can't even send them an invoice. So I've had a lot of canceled sales based on that. Because people just didn't realize that it was going to cost $40 to ship that item that they paid $10 for. So, I mean, every once in a while I'll see it, like somebody will buy something and they'll actually pay for it and they won't say anything, but I mean, I think that's where these buyers are buying something, and they don't realize how much it's going to cost them to ship internationally, and then they get uh, the bill and they think, oh well, I bought it, I have to sell it now, or I have to pay for it now. I don't have a choice, and then that just probably puts a bad taste in their mouth for next time. But that one sale that you got where you paid $10 for something that sold for 50, or that they paid $50 to ship is like, whoa, what's going on here? But I don't know. The all that global shipping and everything seems to be, or it's got its good things and bad things. But uh, I know eBay. Has anybody else gotten a call from eBay about asking, have you seen or did you know that we're pushing it in international sales, and we've got all these eBay or TV commercials and like a lot more ads going out on eBay. But I guess in foreign countries, they're really promoting the whole global shipping program and really trying to get people to buy internationally, really making a big push for that. But I'm not sure if they're trying to market the global shipping program or if they're trying to market the just international sales period. I don't know if somebody's international, if they can, like if their search ranking goes up when your item, uh, like when they're searching for stuff, you know what I mean? If you're offering an international global shipping program, if that improves your search ranking and makes it easier for people to find, or
I think if you just offered international period, it will probably improve your search ranking, because eBay's not going to care whether you use their GSP program or not, as long as you're selling international, you know?
well, they kind of care because they do make money on it.
They make a lot of money on it.
Yeah, they make a lot of money on that.
Yeah, the prices are so inflated, and like somebody just said, they will not combine shipping for people.
Yeah.
They make a crap ton on the global shipping program.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm completely opted out of that program on all my accounts.
Same here, yeah.
Yeah, I've been taking it off and just offering my own shipping, or shipping internationally myself, just because I can actually control it a little more. I mean, if somebody buys something for $50 and it's going to cost me $20 to ship it, but they get charged like 25 or 30, then I don't mind if they call me out on it. I'll adjust the shipping price.
Yeah, the restocking fee, I need to look into that with Amazon, if that's possible. I had the one person bought a Halloween costume, and they've initiated the return. They have 45 days to return it, so it'll be well after Halloween.
Right.
Certain things I have restocking fee on my eBay items, on certain items, but don't have that set up on Amazon. Don't know even know if you can or not.
Yeah, I don't think there's a restocking fee on Amazon.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you can do a restocking fee even if you want to. But I could be wrong on that. But yeah, the restocking fees, I don't know, probably a good idea, but just haven't thought too much about it. I just like to make things as easy as possible for buyer.
Oh, I'll say one thing on a good note. Had some snow this weekend. Finally get some white stuff up on the mountains. So.
Yeah, I don't mind when it's up on the mountains, just as long as it's not in my yard or on the roads or whatever. It's cool to look up and see those snow caps, but just keep it away from me. I don't want to touch it.
You know it's coming for you, man.
Colorado's not anywhere near as bad as people would think, dude. I mean, seriously, we probably get about 2 or 3 weeks of snow out of the year down on, like, in the foothills. You got to go up into the mountains to get it every day, and most of the time it melts in 3 days.
I looked up my averages for my area where I live, and the average number of days a year that we have over 1 inch accumulation on the ground is 3.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's probably a little bit higher than that. Like I said, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But I mean, with the overall weather here, I just like it way too much to move. This is the state that I really, really want to
No,
stay
you
in.
guys are actually pretty similar to where we are, or
Yeah,
where I am with the mountains and stuff. Your mountains are just a little bit higher than ours.
yeah, we start higher.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny the weather patterns here can change so much because I literally, this weekend, I drove 2 miles up the road up what's called Saluda Grade, which is up a mountain. As soon as I crested that mountain, there was 2, 3 inches of snow on the ground. It wasn't even below freezing at my house. So
You know, I
I
might
went
go
out.
today. I
I
might
went
go
out.
up to the hills today.
I went out and picked green peppers yesterday out of my garden.
Nice.
But 2 miles up the road, they had snow on the ground.
Yeah, I've been thinking maybe I should set up a greenhouse in the backyard just to keep things rolling during the
Oh, a
winter.
greenhouse, huh?
Well, yeah, get on get on Jeff Davidson's hydroponics channel and learn a little bit about that stuff. Colorado, man, I can do it.
Right?
I'll give you some tips if you want
Right on.
Hey, then you could trade it for eBay stuff.
There you go. Hey,
them.
might work.
I don't know if the post office would appreciate that shipment.
So,
Oh, I'm saying just locally, he could get products for eBay by trading it off.
right. Actually, that's one of the biggest forms of currency on Craigslist around here. I don't think that I've ever put up anything on Craigslist without getting at least one offer from somebody with their own
A
green.
barter system.
Yeah, exactly. But
That's awesome.
yeah, but I don't do it. I'm not a smoker, so I don't know. I don't really like it.
Hey, that's why you need to get into the business because you won't smoke all your profits up.
Exactly. That's what I keep thinking. Maybe I should. Maybe I should, but I don't know. Probably easy money. I've heard. So Poplar Picker said that she got 4 slide projectors and a film projector. Did that stuff have any? Did you get any slides or anything with that, or was it just the projectors? Just curious, because I know the slides you can get those developed and copyrighted if you own the slides and start getting into the photograph business pretty quickly if you got some good stuff. Um,
Now, the bulk editor restocking fee. I'm trying to think if you can do that.
yes, you can. I use the bulk editor for all my listings now.
But for the restocking fee, there's a part in
Yeah,
there you can change.
the return
Okay.
policy. Go down to the return. It's the
That's
same
what it
form.
is.
It's the exact same form. I mean, you can, when I'm doing the bulk editor, I'll bring up all my items and then I'll have like a bar on the side of the screen with the actual regular form. It looks exactly like it does when you're doing one listing at a time, but you can just sit there and click through each individual listing. And that's how I do it. And I can do 10 or 20 auctions an hour pretty quick doing that, just copy and paste and stuff. The only thing that I hate about that stupid bulk editor is all the loading times. I mean, Java
It
is
takes a
just
while.
so
Yeah.
slow. If there was a way to just click through and you don't have to like wait for
Save
everything to
one.
load.
Just let me do them all and then save it. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't mind if I had to, get everything finished and then upload it all when I'm done. But I think that, like, even Turbo Lister, it was the same thing. They tried to advertise it like that's not how it worked, but that's exactly what it did. You had to sit there and say, like, upload everything constantly, and it was just like, I mean, back when you could do single listings and you could just hit your pictures and click through, like basically you click the button and then while it's uploading you could go through and do more of your like the rest of your listing. Seemed a lot faster to me, like when you're doing 10 or 20 auctions and it takes a minute to upload your pictures, you got to sit there and wait for them to upload while you're uh, doing as you're going through everything. It's just ridiculous. It takes way too long. But that's about the only gripe I have about eBay listings, because other than that, I really like the freedom. I mean, the only thing I don't like about Amazon is, it's like a lot of times you're trying to sell something and I don't feel like the listing is accurate enough, or, well, it might be accurate, but it just doesn't have enough information, and I would like it to be a little better, but it is what it is.
You can contact them and have those changes made. I did a few of those over the weekend.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm selling a one-of item for 15 or 20 bucks, and it's something obscure that I found at, a thrift store, or a garage sale or something, I don't want to go through all the hassle of doing all that,
And
But
those listings are usually pretty crappy too, because the
Yeah.
individuals are,
Exactly.
they're just not. They don't read the rules. The whole white background thing and all that. So.
Yeah. I actually tried to make my own listing once, and I got to the point where, like, I could not find this item anywhere. I made it through the entire listing, and then after I submitted it, they're like, "Oh, we found your listing." But then I click on the listing, and the UPC, it just had the UPC, some stupid title like 1 of 4 or something like that, and no pictures, no description, no nothing. I was like, screw it, I'll sell it on eBay. It's not even worth it.
Danica, I saw your question in there. I don't know how long they've been doing those Sunday deliveries, but I know it happened to me too. I had gotten a Sunday delivery as well. I know it's been going on for at least the past couple of months.
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
John was like, he was outside working in the yard, and he, came in the sun porch, and he's like, "Babe, here's your stuff." And I was like, I just ordered that. Number one, I ordered it Friday night.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah, and he's like, our mailman just brought it and handed it to me. And it was 2 boxes from Amazon of some, just some stuff I'd ordered.
I think Amazon's taken over the postal service.
Well, I know that they're supposed to have the postal services when there's with the local warehouses, and we do have one not far from here. But
Amazon is trying really, really hard to, like, capitalize on the whole instant gratification culture that we've
blew
got.
my mind.
I mean, they really want people to feel like, hey, if I buy it from Amazon, I'm just going to be able to get it tomorrow, or I'm going to be able to get it immediately. It'll be waiting on my door as soon as I step outside. They want them to get that kind of feeling. That's why on eBay I ship every single day. I try to ship priority. I wait until 4 o'clock or so most days to take all my packages to the post office, and I mean, when they get their item in 2 days, then the customers, it mitigates so many issues that you normally would have if they just get it right away.
I know Amazon has stated that they want to, at some point in the future, they want to be able to have someone buy something anywhere in the world and it deliver within 2 days.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know we joke about the drones and everything, but it's true. I mean, they want drone technology. They want to be able to basically fly your stuff to you directly from their warehouse as soon as you make the order. And that they can figure out a way to do it. They're going to do it.
That'd be funny if they eventually move that over to MF, like send the drone to your house, you just shove a box in it. And
All right.
Well, this is November. Everybody getting ready for Thanksgiving. Any particular things you're going to buy and list for Thanksgiving?
This Thanksgiving is definitely not a holiday that I chase just because people are thinking too much about Christmas. So, I mean, I'm just concentrating on Christmas stuff right now, and not even like Christmas decorations and stuff, but just stuff for presents, Just trying to get as
I
much.
was thinking of a way to market your items, your smaller items. Market it towards kids coming home from college, stocking stuffers or something like that.
Oh
Something
yeah,
to
like
get
in the
people to
title and
start
everything.
thinking of Christmas or thinking about buying. I don't know.
Yeah, like in your listing titles and stuff, maybe might be something.
I tried that with one item. I picked up about 6 laundry bags, of mesh bags, and I'm labeling them as stocking stuffers. So, see if that makes a difference or anything on sales.
picked up some clearance pie and cake pans this weekend. It's about as much of Thanksgiving as I'm going to do, I think.
Yeah.
Turkey recipes, maybe? Penny recipes?
Yeah.
I think probably next year I'll get into chasing holidays, but I'll do it on Amazon.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like
Yeah,
buy
that's
now.
That's where
Start
the
buying stuff now,
pans
man.
are going.
Yeah, and I think it'd probably be if I could link up with a wholesaler or something that was legit, you know.
Well, I mean, this weekend, all the Halloween stuff is going to be so cheap on the clearance racks that it's probably a good idea to go out there and buy those 90% off items, put them in your garage until next year, and then ship them off next year. And same thing with Christmas. Like when the Christmas decorations get really cheap. I was at Lowe's the other day. I'm working on a new lighting setup that I read about that looks really, really interesting and really good for not a whole lot of money. And as soon as I get it finished, hopefully this week I'll do videos and everything. But I was scanning stuff and they had a bunch of Christmas decorations and everything, and I just noticed they had all this stuff on. Like everything that I was scanning seemed to be the same price as what was like on Amazon as what they were selling it for. So I'm thinking a lot of people were doing that last year, just buying stuff on clearance and then sending it into Amazon this year and just trying to keep the price as close to the retail as possible.
Yeah. My thing with Halloween is I worry about the returns.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everybody's
costumes and all that kind of shit now.
Yeah, the one
Something I had thought about getting into for maybe next Halloween was the higher end decorations. You know, things that are like animatronics and hydraulics and all that stuff.
I'm going to get into the holiday bundles heavily next year. I will be a lot more prepared for each holiday on Amazon to get my bundles, set up and in there.
Yeah, I mean,
that's going to be a big part of my Amazon next year is like season bundles.
Yeah, with the Halloween stuff, I think that I like the idea of going on both ends of the spectrum. Either you're going to sell stuff so cheap that you're able to sell it so cheap that it's not even worth it for them to go through the hassle of a return, or you're just selling high quality, high dollar stuff that they are going to use again, or they think they're going to use again.
I don't know. You ever been in a Spirit Halloween shop?
A what?
A Spirit Halloween shop?
No.
I figure they're all over the place, but they range from the dollar items all the way up into the thousands for decorations. It's a pretty cool place to go look at and see what's there because it's all shit from China.
Yeah.
And all they are is they set up for like a month before Halloween. And my ex-wife worked there one year. I mean, they just pump the stuff out of that place. I mean, they're doing like 10 to 15 grand a week, like minimum. And they're like the week before Halloween, the one year she was working there, they did like 70,000 in a week.
Yeah. And that was just for one.
But they got all kinds of animatronics and stuff. And that's the stuff that interests me because there was, this couple, they came in, they wanted to decorate the front of their house really cool for a party, and they dropped 10 grand on decorations,
Now, so the Spirit Shop, this is like the place, this is one of those stores that rents out like an old shut down grocery store or Walmart or something.
Yeah.
And they just fill it up with Halloween crap and have people dressed up outside with their
like my kid's favorite Halloween store to go in.
Yeah.
And we never leave empty-handed. And we can go 4 or 5 times during the Halloween season, and we never leave empty-handed.
It is just slammed. I mean,
constantly slammed. Constantly.
Yeah. But that's the kind of thing I was thinking of getting into next year was the animatronics and the higher end stuff because chances are you're not going to get a return on that kind of thing, Yeah, because those people are going to spend the money and, they're going to buy it a month out. They're not going to want to sit on that money, you know what I mean? If they were just looking to scam you for, a Halloween costume or something,
Yeah. Well, what are you going to put that stuff on eBay and Or, I mean, send it to Amazon. How are you going to sell
Amazon.
it?
Yeah, I want to do the, any of the large stuff. I'd probably try to do merchant fulfilled on it. But there's all kinds of smaller animatronics and stuff as well, and I'd probably just send it into Amazon.
I can tell you, I bought 2 entire display cases filled with 4 different types of pumpkin carving kits over the weekend because they're not gonna get returned.
Yeah,
Right.
I sold, like, right after Halloween was over, I sold one of those push-in things. It was like an Iron Man pumpkin push-in kit. So I'm guessing somebody probably bought it because they thought it was cheap and they can resell it next year. But
Hey, yeah, no, those pumpkin carving kits, that's a good idea. You're right, that probably won't get returned.
yeah.
And you can sell those year round too. Serial killers.
Right. So anybody get any sourcing done over the weekend? I know it's getting late in the year, probably not a whole lot of garage sales going on anymore, but
I did get a couple items, not a lot, but I got a Monopoly game from 1961 that's over complete and looks like they had extra pieces and thrown it into it. So I have to figure out what's available. I might piece it all out completely. It looks like it might sell more if it was pieced out, but we'll see.
yeah, I just pieced out a bunch of Scenic games that I'd been kind of stockpiling. I had 3 of them, but I just pick them up for like $1 or $2 whenever I see them at the Goodwills. And
I sourced in my office upstairs and found a quite huge pile of things that some shipping supplies fell over on. So I thought it was, boxes and bubble stuff, and no, it's we, like there's some DDR stuff in there and some Wii stuff and.
So you're saying you went sourcing at home?
Oh my God. I'm like, oh crap, I bought those months ago.
yeah, I do that.
I have another, we have a homeschool room, and it's like an office with 2 huge closets and then 2 huge cubbies up above it. And I'm going to go in there because I'm sure there's stuff in there. Because I remember putting things in there, but I don't remember taking them out. Because I didn't want to walk them upstairs. So I'm going in there today.
Yeah.
This listing challenge, I gotta find everything here that I can before I go out and get more.
So what's this listing challenge all about? I saw some post on it on Facebook.
It's in the Resellers Society. There's a beginner, intermediate, and advanced, or something like that, or experts. There's 3 levels, and basic. They want you have to. It's like list up to 10 or 20 items in 3 days, and then intermediate, is more, and the expert or advanced or whatever is more than that. It's pretty cool. It's just a way to get us all to, do a big push for the next 3 days.
Yeah, I did 30 yesterday, so.
Nice. You should have waited till today.
Well, and
No,
if you
because now I got to do
watched
100
any of my videos, I issued a challenge for the month just for the hell of it.
What was it? I haven't watched the video yet. I did nothing this weekend selling.
Just to see what everybody can do for the month.
What's the name of your YouTube channel so everybody can go watch your video after they're done with the show?
Tinker's Row Retail.
All right, so make
Post
sure you
something in the. Have you posted in the group? I mean, in the
go ahead
chat.
and post something in the chat.
I keep
Watch your
forgetting to
video.
look at it, so people have probably been talking to me.
Yeah, so
I haven't. No, I'm in the chat.
yeah, there's when somebody posts in the chat, guys, all you have to do is mouse over their name, and there'll be a little red subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can go back and see their videos later.
I do want to let you know, today I'm going to have a interview posted. People that are subscribed to my channel can see it sooner than when I post it later on this evening.
Nice. Yeah, I got a haul video that I gotta post up for. I went out Saturday, and I ended up spending all day in a couple of different thrift stores, and Picked up a couple of VCRs that were like $100 a piece. Picked up a couple Blazers. During the
Oh crap! You know what? I think I'm signed into the wrong YouTube account.
I was just
Yep.
ready to tell you that.
in the Hangout. Yeah, but anyway, I got basically the Goodwills around here. It's like every other Saturday they do 50% off everything in the store one Saturday, and then the next Saturday they do 99 cents on whatever color tag was half off for the week. So I just pick up a lot of dollar stuff on. I can usually fill up my cart with dollar stuff when I go on 99-cent day, and but it's usually like high-end blazers and jackets and coats and stuff like that. And I got a bunch of pair of Ralph Lauren polo pants, and I got a couple of really nice coats and some blazers, like some vintage blazers. I think I got a Harris tweed, if I remember right. I saw a Giorgio Armani, the collection jacket that I almost bought, but it wasn't on sale, and I didn't want to pay $9 for it. But I probably should have. It was really, really nice. And then besides that, though, I mean, it was just a lot of little gadgets, lots and lots of freaking uh, video game controllers and like CD players and Walkman.
Did you guys hear about the fire in Murfreesboro
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
warehouse? Yeah.
I haven't gotten any insurance claims yet, so I guess it wasn't my
That
stuff.
is not cool. That's where like the bulk of my shipment just went.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't really. It's not that it's not cool because they're just going to pay you for any inventory that was lost or destroyed anyway.
Well, I tell you what, I had one video game that was lost, and they reimbursed me 57 cents.
Like I've got $100 book that went in, and I sent. That's where all of my huge numbers went, was to Murfreesboro. I need to get on Seller Central.
So they don't reimburse you for your asking price?
Nope.
They reimburse you what they think it was worth. Like if you've got a book that's $20, or that you've got $20 on, and there are a bunch of penny books and a bunch of like other FBA books that are cheaper than yours, then they'll get you with like whatever they think it would actually have sold.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to actually post up to my account as a lost and reimbursed item. I have the money that was posted, but the item itself is not on the reports yet. So I have to wait for that before I can appeal it with the
But the
amount.
thing is, they're trying to get away from the people that price up a $7 book to $50 and then have it distributor damaged or something like that. Right? So they're not going to give you, just because you wrote a price in there doesn't mean that's worth that today. They're giving you what it's worth today if it's sold right now.
Yeah, that's one
It was
thing.
a like new DS game in the package with everything in there. So, but yeah, it should be more than 57 cents.
It should at least be more than their frickin' fees that they charge you.
$3.50 or whatever it is.
You know what I mean?
Well, they're gonna yeah, exactly. They're gonna calculate the fees into whatever they're gonna reimburse you for. But I mean, I don't know if you ever get on, and when you're looking up prices, you'll see, $5, $5, $5, $5, $30, $99 on an item.
Right.
It's something ridiculous. That's people that are either hoping that everybody else sells out and maybe somebody just wants that item, so they'll just leave their stuff up there forever, or else it's somebody that prices their stuff ridiculously high when they're packaging their boxes to go into FBA, hoping that when Amazon breaks it, they think they're going to get reimbursed for it.
Yeah, I just spoke with someone over the weekend. We had a big conversation about Amazon and this and that. He lives out of town, and he actually sold a PS2 for $199 because a used PS2 for $199. Yeah, because they completely sold out, and his was that crazy high price. Yeah.
There might have been something about it that actually made it worthwhile too, but
The only thing that was, I mean, if there was anything special about it, it just had all of the cords and 2 controllers.
was
But
it
it was the fact that everything sold out right at the right time, and somebody wanted one for whatever reason.
Well, Adam was talking about it like last week, I think. He sold a Wii for $220, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a couple of PS2s in Amazon for like 2 weeks now, and they haven't sold yet. For like, I think I got them up for $60 or $70. I also have a Nintendo 64 that I sent in that hasn't sold yet, which I thought was going to go really fast because I priced it pretty competitively, yeah, like right where it needed to be, and I took good pictures and everything, but no bites yet. Yeah, but I did find these too at one of the thrift stores that I went to on Saturday.
Nice.
I was thinking about putting them up on Facebook for sale, but I'd probably get banned or something from all the.
They didn't
all
come
the
with a
groups.
Harley?
What's that?
They didn't come with a Harley?
No, they're Ray-Bans.
Oh.
Yeah, but I could be one of those video guys that always wear their sunglasses when they're doing videos. Yeah, totally not me. I can't wear sunglasses in the house. But any plans?
You can't wear yours at night?
Oh no, not usually. I'm just not one of those guys, I guess. Yeah, but any plans for the week for any of you? Any big
Listing, listing, and listing.
listing. That's what
After
I'm
my
doing.
listings are done, I'm hitting Goodwill and Shopko again. Shopko's doing huge clearance stuff.
What's
So
Shopco?
Shopko's kind of like a Target, but they have, when they do a sale, I mean, we're talking like 90% off.
Oh
It,
wow.
yeah, it's amazing. Like, I got some rolling carts there. There's $80 rolling carts, and I got them for $19.99. And it was just a normal sale. It wasn't a clearance. It wasn't anything special. It was just a normal sale.
Huh.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. It's not like an outlet, like a Big Lots or anything. It's like a Target or a Walmart.
So it's one of those places where people filmed the extreme couponers show at.
Oh, it's
Like
it's
one of those.
awesome.
Yeah. We don't have much like that around here. I mean, we've got some stores that are just always cheap, but we don't have anybody that. I mean, you can get some crazy deals at Target when they start marking stuff down. But I noticed that over the last couple of years, they seem to not be giving stuff away like they used to during their clearance. I mean, it used to be could walk into a Target a couple years ago and buy stuff for like $100 items for $5 and $10 all day on the clearance racks. Now it's more like 30% off at the most if you're lucky. But Walmart's getting better about it. Like I've seen a lot of stuff that has just been really really cheap at Walmart. Just dollar items, a whole rack full of dollar stuff in the grocery section. Stuff that's like 10
Must
or
be your
15.
Walmart.
Yeah.
My Walmart still tries to bend you over and marks it down for like $1 below what their retail price is.
Oh, they do that too. They're actually one of the things that they also do at my Walmart is they'll put a clearance tag on it and put the item in the clearance section for the same price that they're selling it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not marking it down at all. They're just putting it in the clearance section so that people see it that are looking for those clearance items. But yeah, I noticed them doing that a while back, and I was like, oh yeah, that's clever, I guess. But you got to be there at the right time to get the real deals because there's so many people that just like basically hang out at the clearance section all day, and when they find something, they'll sit there and just hit all the Walmarts that they can trying to find that item again, just to clear the shelves. But
Well, this weekend I'm going to be setting up my online store. Hopefully I'll have
eBay
that set up.
or your
My own website.
All right.
yeah, I
But,
gotta get mine done.
I registered CaliPicker.com. And
What are you going to have in it?
I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided yet.
You're just selling through Amazon, right? You're doing like affiliate links through Amazon?
Well, I am going to do that, but possibly more. I haven't decided yet.
Are you going to put up your own auctions or
I'm going to
anything?
meet here in a couple hours and figure that out.
How do you do the eBay thing? like on your site, you know how people have eBay auctions on their sites for other people? Are they getting something from that? Like
Yeah, you can
affiliate?
get an affiliate link or an
Yes.
affiliate account set up through eBay where
You
you
get
can
a
actually.
commission check from eBay.
Huh.
It's not a huge check, but and also you can get a pretty good, like if you get somebody to sign up for eBay through your affiliate link,
Yeah.
they'll give you a pretty good chunk for that too.
Is the Amazon affiliate more?
Yes.
Yeah, you get a bigger cut from Amazon. Amazon is the best, probably one of the best affiliate places, unless you can find like a private website that has a really good affiliate setup.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of companies out there that people would not think that they have an affiliate program. You know, small companies. You know, if there's like if you have on your website, if you have a like a say you run an article on, I don't know, widgets. Um, if you find the most popular widget company, you know, the most popular widget website, look at the bottom and see if they have an affiliate program, or ask them if they have an affiliate program.
Yeah, there's
And
some
then you
really.
can, you know, you can link to their widget, you know, through and because if they're, you know, if their cut is higher than Amazon or whatever, you're better off to do, you know, to use their affiliate program. It takes time though.
Yeah, you've got to
Doing
find the
that affiliate stuff
websites
takes
and the
time.
companies that are doing it.
Yeah.
I've actually looked into that myself as well. One of the things that I used to do on my old blog is I would get in contact with website administrators, people that were selling stuff, people that had their own online stores, and I would charge them monthly for a link. I would just put a little banner ad up that directly linked to their website on my blog, and I would get like $10 a link for those, for the little banners. And then if somebody wanted a big banner, I'd get $20 a month. I mean, but this is like, and I was only getting about 300 hits a day. I mean, it wasn't like I had this huge blog, but I mean, if you've got a good blog or a good website, or if you're doing good YouTube videos or whatever, then you can find people that are willing to advertise with you. And when I say go to this website and buy, like to buy your items, then the people that are watching my show or the people that are uh, reading my blog are more likely to click through to that website and check it out and see what I'm talking about. They're more likely to buy as well just because I recommended them, and they like if you build up a rapport and a trust with your readers, then as long as you're giving out good information, then you're gonna be fine. But
I have ad space on one of my sites, and it's pretty good because you know if you set it up typically as 1 month, 3 month, 6 month slots, and you know as long as you put the little blurb in there that as your readership grows, your rates are going to grow. You know, you'd be surprised at how much money you can make just off of ad spots. But don't go crazy with ad spots. You know, above the fold is those are your money spots. Just don't go crazy with how many ad spots you sell because it loses its, you know, you'll lose your advertisers that way.
Mhm.
yeah, I would have like 2 or 3 stores. I only had about 2 or 3 like actual websites advertising with me, but then I do the Google AdSense, and then back when they actually allowed you to do Amazon affiliates in Colorado, they canceled or they shut down all the Amazon affiliates when the state of Colorado started messing with the taxes. They basically wanted Amazon to pay them taxes or something. I don't know what the story was. All I know is I was doing like $25 to $50 a month in affiliate marketing through Amazon, and then when they shut it down, it was like, man, this website's hardly worth it anymore. Because Google AdSense is good too, but it doesn't pay nearly as well as Amazon was paying. And plus, the thing about Amazon, you could go and you could make your own ads. You could find an item and review it, and then put a link on Amazon, and then people would click on that link and buy the item, and you'd get a cut. And it was more likely that you would get that sale if it was a good advertisement. And if you do that all the time, and people start to trust your reviews and your taste or whatever it is, then they're more likely to buy the stuff that you recommend. And if they're using your affiliate link, then you're good to go. I mean,
But you also get all the other stuff they buy when they purchase your widget.
exactly. So they go in to Amazon through your link, and then they see this and that and this and that as well, and you get a cut of the whole transaction.
I can't remember how long it is, like how many hours it is that they're under your affiliate, like umbrella or whatever. But
I
it's
believe it
not
was
just
48 hours, but I'm not
Is that what it is?
100%.
48.
I believe so.
I mean, it's pretty sweet. If you can get somebody that's an Amazon shopper to click on your link just once, then 48 hours, their sales, are yours. I know people that give their affiliate link, just their ID to family members. Not saying that you should do that, because you shouldn't do that, but there are people that they give it out to their friends and their family, and they're like, hey, just put this at the end of your stuff, or here, click this link every day.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was doing a little bit of that. I would also get on message boards, and like I would look for people talking about certain items or whatnot, and then I'd be like, oh yeah, check this out, you can get this on Amazon, and I'd post my affiliate link, and I would get hits off of that. But I mean, Amazon is so easy to make money on. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. See, that's my little baby. That's what I've SEO, marketing and things like that. That's what I've been doing for years. I'm an SEO junkie. I love it.
What do you know about the campaign stuff, or is that exactly what you're talking about? Is that something different?
Isn't the campaign stuff? Isn't that for your own?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know
Never.
anything about campaigns.
Yeah,
Never
I guess I'm about to go on a campaign of my own to learn about campaigns, because apparently, from what I'm hearing from different people, this actually increases your sales dramatically on Amazon. So
Really?
using the campaign manager, I guess it's the same thing you buy. Just from what I'm guessing and what I've looked at so far, you're buying some type of advertising in Amazon for your product, something like that.
Oh, are you talking about the Amazon ad campaigns?
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, ad campaigns, whatever.
Oh no, I haven't. I have not done it, but I've actually read that. Let's see. It's a chick. I'll find it. I'll Google it. But she did an Amazon ad campaign and kind of kept track, and it worked out really well for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know if you've got a private label product and you're selling some like your own products, then getting those products into the hands of bloggers so that they can review it and everything, and do like what I was saying earlier that I used to do, post a link to the item and then people could buy it. That's one way to really increase sales and get your private label stuff blowing up.
Once I get my whole private label stuff situated and good to go, I will be doing a campaign for it. Most definitely.
Well, the couple of things that I heard about it, because like I said, I don't know hardly. I really don't even know what it is. I've just heard that it increased their sales, and I know the people that talked about it, they don't have any private labels. So, I mean, I'll get a much better understanding of it over the next couple of weeks. I plan on really figuring it out and finding out how it works and that type of thing. But
that'd be a cool topic, guys, because.
Well, that's the other thing I'm going to be doing with the website I have, is I'm going to showcase those 4 items, the private labels items that I'm going to create or sell.
The organic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying is I'm just going to try and figure it out. I'm definitely not going to be any kind of expert on it or anything like that. I mean, by any stretch of the means, but I mean, if anybody out there knows about it or knows of someone that has something out there about it, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we've only got room for one SME on this panel.
Hey, you go out and learn about it. Come back and teach us.
Yeah. Here, let me just add that to my freaking schedule. I think I can get to it by February.
Well, I figured it's going to take me about a year, so mark this day down for next year, and I'll be here and I'll teach you all about it.
That is about right.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
I
the
do
SEO stuff is it's a little overwhelming to start, but I'm just gonna dive in and just start learning.
well, yeah, once you learn how to do it and you start doing it every day, then it
Yeah.
becomes really, really easy.
Yeah, it's a second nature. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like
it's the first step is the toughest.
yeah, exactly. Just getting started, but it's the same thing with anyone. That's why, I mean, when I start on something new, I generally just like dive in the deep end head first and don't even look to see if there's water in the pool yet.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I started this on Thursday, and with the website and the script that I purchased.
Yeah, one
So,
thing that I'm gonna do or stay away from when I get my private labeling is I'm gonna keep it anonymous. Especially I mean if you're on YouTube and you're on websites or whatever, you can get haters, and it just I mean I don't mind haters, but if they can start affecting my actual business, like the stuff I'm selling, that's when there's a problem. So I'm gonna keep all that at a arm's length. But it is. I have learned how easy it is to register websites now. I just have to get into the coding side of it. I know.
yes, yeah.
From what I've been reading about on the private label stuff, that is the only way that you're going to do it is to keep it secret. I mean, the only way you're going to make it better, I guess, for yourself. You can definitely go out, run out, and tell everybody about it, but they can go out and make it their own private label. So you might call your item, your Lego remover tool, call it Paul's label remover tool, but somebody else can go to that exact same place and call it James's and try and outsell you. And if you tell everybody about it, you're basically going to screw yourself.
That's
So,
exactly
Well,
what
with
I'm talking
my
about.
private label item is going to be a manufactured item.
right. Yeah, this is different than private
Yeah.
labeling and manufacturing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the only branded label holder, then it's not the same as private labeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it like especially if it's something you're building yourself or you're having manufactured yourself, and it's not like something you can buy on Alibaba and put your own brand name on and then resell. But yeah, I haven't thought enough about the private label stuff to get it going very hardcore yet, but it's something that I'm definitely interested in doing. I just want to make sure that I can do it all right and have all the insurance and like when you're just doing eBay and you're just sending stuff into FBA, it doesn't feel as much like a business. Like you can just if you're doing it all yourself, it just feels like okay, I'm sending this stuff off, I'm making these listings, I'm just doing uh, packaging my stuff and putting it in the mail and going out and buying stuff at thrift stores and garage sales, stuff I think I can resell. That doesn't feel as much like a business as when you actually have to start keeping track of inventory numbers and placing orders and making sure that the item is getting into the warehouse and getting shipped out on time and all that stuff. So it's
Well, you should consider eBay and Amazon and sourcing and packing and all that. You should consider it a business. It is your business.
well, I know, but it doesn't feel like
But it's full. I understand. It's more fun and it's enjoyable.
yeah, like you've got to
Yes.
do the paperwork and everything, and you've got to run your numbers. But once you get your system in place, it's just so quick and easy. Like now, I just basically plug everything into GoDaddy and keep track of everything like that. And it's
Well, once you're in that comfortable position, that's when you step up your game.
oh yeah, exactly. Once it becomes easy, and
That's when it's time to jump into a new one.
yeah,
That's why I like having an employee and being able to source more and whatnot. And that, as I've mentioned, I'm working on a private label because, hell, I see it as an opportunity to have more passive income.
hmm oh yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons why I started doing YouTube. Of course, I mean, anybody that's on YouTube should be trying to monetize and get ad spots and stuff like that. I mean, trying to run this show like a blog, kind of, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. I could care less. I'm just having fun with the YouTube shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm probably going to do some how-tos and stuff. And I don't know. It's been kind of fun. I mean, my wife thinks I'm freaking nuts because
Yeah.
I've hated social media for so long. And now I'm finding it's kind of fun, but I'm in a different situation now.
Right.
When I was in the military, it was freaking horrible. You know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I found these social media, like this social media course or something at the thrift store the other day. It's like a video and audiobook thing. It was two different courses, one on like making money on the internet, and the other one was
Did it
how
come
to
with a
actually be
38?
social. What's that?
Did it come with its own 38?
No.
So when you were done with the course, you can blow your brains out?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope, didn't do that, but I'm gonna check it out. It's actually a recent one. It was just published in like 2011, so hopefully the information's still relevant. But
That's kind of neat.
yeah, I mean
Some
it
of
was
that stuff can be fun to read, even if a lot of it's crap. You might glean, even if you glean one little idea out of it, it's worth it, you know.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean it was $2, so I can't go wrong. And I can always
Right.
put it up on Amazon, and I think they're selling for about $50. So it will sell. Actually, that's probably something that I'd sell on my Facebook page. Just probably more likely to. That's one of those things, you know. It's like, hey, I've got this thing. I checked it out. I liked it. Anybody want to buy it? You know, push it, move it,
Right.
or whatever. But trying to think of as many different ways. That passive income is the most important income, I think. Just finding ways to kind of, you really don't feel like you're working. That's the best.
Well, and I see it as a way for me to continue having fun with this business and making it more and more profitable and being able to hire more people. I enjoy hiring people and having people work for me that enjoy their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like being the boss man.
Yeah, I mean, it's being the boss, but at the same time, you know, people that work for me, they have fun. They can cut up. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like a 9 to 5 job to them.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah, one thing that I like about doing the videos and doing the show and everything is, I mean, when you really start to hash stuff out and you start to think about how to explain stuff, it kind of takes your understanding of whatever you're working on to another level. Like anytime you can teach somebody something, I think you realize how much you know about it that you didn't even realize when you were just doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like help on the gas pedal. Somebody else is helping you push the gas pedal, you know, giving you a little bit more edge.
Right.
Um, for those that watched the Toadcast on Friday evening, just wanted to let you know that Golden Finger Picker, he put in the donations that everybody matched the $50 donation, or a couple of us did, to the Wounded Warrior Project. So he submitted that today. Just want to let you, whoever was watching or noticed that.
I missed that part. I was in my, I had to go teach that class, but I didn't even see that, and I didn't get a chance to go back to the Toadcast. This weekend, I turned my computer off of YouTube and Facebook. I tried really hard to stay away from it, just to concentrate on, like all day Saturday, I just sourced, and I didn't get home. I mean, I woke up in the morning, did a few listings, and then I took off, and I didn't get home until 9 o'clock at night. And then all day yesterday, I just, you know, tried to stay off of Facebook and YouTube. My computer upstairs doesn't have sound, so I can't watch YouTube videos. I can't do any of the background stuff. So basically, all I have is my TV upstairs. So that's helps me.
What it was is
stay
the
focused.
Gill Money's won the $50 whatever for the contest, the Halloween contest.
Uh-huh.
So they got the $50, and then they said just donate that to the Wounded Warriors. And then myself and Elvia matched it, and then they went ahead and matched an additional 50 on top of that. And I think that was the only matches that went to it. But
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna have to jump off. I have to get some stuff ready. And, so I'm gonna have a great day.
Right
Talk to
on.
everybody later.
good one, James.
We'll see you later, buddy.
Hey, Amy, I do have a lot going on, but my time management video would suck because that's how great my time management is.
Yeah.
I probably lose a lot of money because my time management is that horrible. But
I think we all do.
at some point it will get better, and that's why I hired somebody, because I mean I was losing money, so even though I'm paying somebody, I'm making more money than before I hired them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, as long as they're paying for themselves. One thing I noticed, like the only month that I ever did, like my best month on eBay so far was like $10,000, and that was like the end of last year, towards the end of fourth quarter. I was doing like, $6 grand, and then $7 grand, and then $7 grand, then $8 grand, then $10 grand, like between probably October, November into February. And I had a couple guys that were kind of working for me part time, and I mean, just having these guys come in for a couple hours a day, and getting those extra 10 or 20 listings up between the two of them, really made my sales kind of go through the roof. But I I liked having them around, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to get into the workman's comp and like actually what's involved with hiring somebody right. So, and then when my sales also started falling off because fourth quarter was over, I just had to put it off. Tell them basically, sorry guys, but I can't keep doing this. But you know, that is what it is.
Right.
I don't
Well, I'm
know.
listing a couple of my first VCRs. We'll see how this goes.
I have not sold a VCR yet. I've got like 8 of them right now, and I just picked up a couple more over the weekend. I'm thinking about just blowing them out because I mean, if they're $90 on Amazon, you should be able to sell them for 20 or 30 and get it pretty quick, you would think. But but I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking maybe it's one of those where if somebody's looking for the thing, they're gonna look for it, but nobody's gonna see it on accident. But they don't sell. They don't seem to be selling great. Definitely not as fast as I had hoped. I mean, once like anything else, if you've got one DVD and you list that DVD on, uh, if you sell one, or like if you list one DVD on eBay, it's probably going to sit there for a while. But if you list 50 DVDs on eBay, then yeah, it'll get a lot cheaper, or you'll start selling more of them. Like you'll start to notice the sales more. So I just probably don't have enough VCRs listed yet.
Yeah, I mean they've got to sell. I mean, I see them selling, so
Oh yeah, they do sell. It's just whether or not yours sell. I gotta look more into the sell-through rates on stuff like that. I mean, most of the time I do the quick math. It's like, okay, there are 5 of these listed. They're all listed for 40 or $50. There are 4 that have sold for 40 or $50. So this is probably a good buy. It'll sell eventually, but it's like 50% sell-through. So maybe it'll sell in 2 or 3 months. I haven't had any of that stuff listed long enough to really notice or to be able to have my own data on it. But it would be nice to get a couple of big sales.
So here's a good one for the newbies. How do you figure out your sell-through rate, your percentage?
For which one?
Your
Okay.
your sell-through rate on eBay. How do you figure out your sell-through rate?
Quick math, I go to my eBay. Uh, let's see here. I gotta find the actual tab that I used.
Can you
Uh,
screen share?
I'm sorry. No, I'm not gonna be screen sharing. I
Oh,
don't have it set up to screen
sorry,
share.
that's right.
You can, if you have a store, it's on the sales page on the, what is it called? The
I still don't do a store on eBay
sales reports.
why not? Out of curiosity.
because I do more Amazon than eBay.
If you look at listing activity, you go to ended listings in the last 90 days. I've got 2,076 listings ended, and I've got 645 sold items, and unsold I've got 1,431. So I mean that's puts my sell through rating at about what 30%, I think, maybe 28. it's a little lower than 30%. But
I've
used
never
to be,
actually looked at mine.
well, my sell-through rate used to be 50% when I was doing almost strictly video games and new release DVDs. But my profit margins were so much lower that, I mean, now, yeah, my sell-through rate's down a lot, but instead of paying $10 for an item that I'm selling for 25, I'm paying $2 or $3 for an item that I'm selling for 25.
Yeah.
So
So what am I got to look at? My ended listings?
okay, go down to listing activity on my eBay, and then you'll see ended listings last 90 days,
Yep.
and then right under that there's a sold and there's an unsold.
Okay, so this is my small account, which I usually put higher end items on. My ended listings is 115. My sold is 86, and unsold is 29.
Holy cow! So you're actually got a pretty good.
70%, about 65, 70%, something like that.
Yeah. That's
Do you have a store?
Yeah.
Here? So if you go to the tab where it says account, the account tab, and then go sales reports,
All right.
and then down in the middle it says like July, August, September. See that?
Nope.
You don't see the sales report?
Oh no, that's because I just opened a store back up on this one.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
usually
no,
it'll show that, and
I
in the
let
middle.
this account, it went dormant for a while.
Okay. Well, usually it'll show like the months, and then there's there's a line that shows sold items percentage, and it'll have each month's percent across there.
I see.
okay. So like month-to-month sales growth, you mean?
Right
Or
on.
sold items percentage. Okay, yeah. So I'm at 34% for July, 37% for August, 32% for September,
Yeah.
and yeah.
That's for those of us that got that Kentucky education that we can't divide very well.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this just goes into the, Amy's time management thing is, I suck at a lot of things. I'm just good at making money. And it's taken me some work to get better at it, Like my freaking accountant absolutely hates my guts. And I probably pay more for her to do my books just because she hates me.
Oh yeah. I don't actually have an
But
accountant yet.
her job is to keep my ass out of jail, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to find a good CFO that really knows the online business end of things and who can get me set up with. I mean, GoDaddy's good, but I've heard that when you get to a certain level, then it stops. You kind of break it, and it doesn't work anymore. So I don't know how close I am.
Yeah, well, my problem is I have so many. I'm also, I guess you call it multifaceted. I've got like 5 different businesses that all go under me.
Yeah. Well, right
And
now I've
that's
just got
what
eBay and
drives them
Amazon.
nuts.
Yeah, right now I just have the eBay and Amazon. It's going to be a while before YouTube starts paying anything.
Does North Carolina have some kind of program to pay all your accountant's fees too, or that? I know they have a program for everything else over there you're talking about earlier.
Yeah. I write that shit off as a business expense.
Yeah, the expenses are the thing that scare me the most. I mean, you hear about all these people talking about how they expense everything out. It's like, man, I don't know. I should probably. I mean, I try and keep it as conservative as possible. So if anything, I get more back when they come and audit me. What's going on, Jeff? How's it going?
Good morning. Yeah, you guys look kind of sad, so I decided to join the show.
Oh, thanks. We appreciate it.
Why you all sad?
What's that?
Why you all sad?
We're not sad. We're just trying. It's Monday, man. We came off of a long weekend, and tomorrow's
So
Veterans Day.
here's
Right?
some numbers from my other account, which isn't as impressive. I wish it was. But so it looks like I sit at about a 24% sold percentage.
Yeah.
But I keep, about 1,500 or more listings active all the time.
What's your average sale price per item?
Like $5.
Okay. Yeah, my average price per item has been creeping up. It was 1780 in July, 2176 in August, 2064 in September. But if it keeps up like it has been this weekend, man, I'm gonna have like a
Yeah.
$2 average.
I go from about $5 to $8, but the thing on this account is it's a lot of paper and photos. I literally have less than a penny in each item.
Yeah, that's
So the margins are huge, and I just try to move volume,
yeah.
And my repeat buyer percentage is 45%.
Oh Jesus, my repeat buyer percentage is under 1%.
Yeah.
Nobody comes back to buy my stuff. I mean, it's probably getting higher, but I mean, I just don't do any of the marketing. I don't do any of the emails, any of the updates, all that marketing, the store marketing stuff. I don't even bother with it just because the kind of stuff that I sell, I just don't feel like I even care if I have repeat buyers, you know?
Right.
When you're
But
talking
that's an
about,
interesting thing to look at. And, maybe I'll try to concentrate on getting some of those numbers up this month. Because, again, like I said, I got the eBay accounts. Now I added Amazon, but I also do a lot of private sales. Like I showed my PayPal numbers for the year, which is at the end of last month, which was 52K. But, I do a lot of private sales. There's some months I do 10 grand in private sales,
yeah, my private sales are more like maybe at the most $1,000 a month. No, not even that. Not even close to that actually. And a lot of it is barter. I don't really like messing with cash. I don't like having like selling stuff. I like to trade for stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm getting a better deal if I'm selling a bike, like for example, a couple months ago, this guy, I had a bike that I had on Craigslist, and he sends me a email, and he's like, okay, I've got all this video game stuff. Would you take this for the bike? And it was like an original Xbox with about 15 games, a Nintendo Wii with 5 or 10 games, a Nintendo 64 with a dozen games, and something else, I can't remember, but it was over $500 worth of stuff at the end of the day. So yeah, I'll take that for the bike, no problem. I was asking like $100 for the bike. So stuff like that just seems to come up a lot. If you're like, I've traded for Magic card collections, just stuff that people have had in their closet for months that they just don't know how to like go through. They don't have any idea what they have anymore. They don't know how to get rid of the stuff. Uh, like just the kind of I try to trade for the kind of thing that people, when they're into it, they spend a lot of money on it, but then when they get away from it, it's still worth a lot of money, but they don't even know what they've got anymore. Like a lot of the collectible market, that sort of thing. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, RPGs, old board games. People spend a lot of money for this, then it sits in their closet, and then when they go to clean out the stuff, they're just like, man, I don't even know what to do with this. I don't know how to try to sell it, and that kind of stuff, is what I built my business on, and I'm getting away from it more now because a lot of other people have figured that stuff out, it seems like, and there's just so much more competition. But so, Jeff, do you have any big sales this weekend that you A, went to, B, sold on eBay?
Actually, I've had a few. So finally sold one of my Robert Grahams, took a best offer on it just to get it out. And yeah, I don't know. I got a bunch of Legos going. Yeah, I got a few sales. I'm okay.
Yeah, I sold a
Oh,
bunch of
so you're
Legos too.
stealing all our customers.
No, not all of them. I said there was 5 people on the panel. I had 4 sales, so someone.
I had the other sale.
Oh, okay.
I also had a stupid unpaid buyer thing open. That's only the second one I have ever had.
Huh.
Well, that's what you get.
I get an unpaid
Yep.
buyer like once a week at least.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
only the
add
second
you
one
guys
I've
to
ever
my
gotten.
voodoo doll list.
I am really, really, really lucky with the online sales stuff. Like, I don't have, the nightmare customers. I don't have returns. I don't have, the unpaid buyer cases. I don't. I'm very lucky. I haven't had to deal with any of that.
Obviously,
Yeah.
your volume isn't high enough.
Well, I'm all right.
I
I
prefer
just
to
had
have
somebody that bought some metals last week pay me $30 on PayPal, so I'm all right now.
nice.
Nice.
I do so much more. Like I try. It's funny. I started on. I mean, I've had an eBay account forever. I started selling on there forever ago, but it was just here and there, here and there, here and there, and I got into FBA heavy. Before I came back to eBay with any volume. You know, so it's more FBA is my baby than eBay.
My
It's just
FBA baby
so much
died.
easier.
What was that, Jeff?
And my FBA baby died.
Really? What's going on with FBA?
I don't know. That's what my question is. It just has not been moving. I had no sales for days. I had 3 yesterday.
I went through the same thing for some reason. Last week, I had like 3 or 4 days where I made no sales, and then I went back up to like 1 or 2 sales a day. And yesterday, right after they paid me, I got 3 more sales right in a row, and they sent me another check. So,
Yeah, I've had 3 sales in probably 5 days, and they all came yesterday.
yeah, it's been acting weird, man. But I think it's gonna start to blow up. Hopefully, I'm hoping to hit about 2K on my FBA this month. Depends on what I can find. Based on what I've got in my store now, though, it should sell.
The stuff that I just sent in, I don't think will sit there very long. But I need to bump it up to like 2 shipments a week.
Yeah, I'm doing like 1 shipment a week, 50 to 60 items.
Having shipped it.
I really need to bump mine up.
That's the thing, Jeff. You got to feed the beast.
Yeah, he needs to eat what he's got before he gets seconds. I think I'll have a shipment this week, a small one.
What's a small one for you?
Probably about this week, 20 to 30.
Okay. Yeah, I think one trap that a lot of people fall into with FBA, it seems like, is they just don't feel like they've got a big enough shipment for it to be worth it for them to send it in. But what I've been doing is just looking at my gross, like what the gross value is, and I mean, if it's a $500 shipment and I've got $200 in it, and it's going to cost me $20 to ship, 20 items, then obviously I'm going to ship them in. But if you're not getting one of those a week, then maybe you need to start sourcing harder.
Hey, so has anybody sold a VCR on FBA? Or not FBA, just Amazon, I'm sorry. Merchant Fulfilled?
I have not. I've got about 10 of them listed right now. I've actually got to test a couple more of them that I picked up over the weekend.
Well, because I just keep hearing the horror stories, like I mentioned in my video, about the electronics on Amazon getting sent back. I just wondered if that's the case with the VCRs or not.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to I gotta watch your video. Like I said, I didn't even click on YouTube this weekend.
Yeah.
Because
well, I just mentioned that I could sell them on eBay, not Amazon, just because I had heard about, like Chad was talking about some of his stuff that's been sent back and it was swapped out, and I really don't. I'm not afraid of returns, but I'd like to avoid it if I can. You know what I mean?
If you do the, when you take your pictures for it, if you have your serial number, and let them know that there's, you have your seller's mark and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And Amazon will accept the serial number thing.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if an item comes back with no serial number on it, then yeah, you're gonna.
Now, can you print your own? Can you print your own like seller label? Like the tear-free labels that say I could print out of my thermal printer and stick it to the back of it. Would Amazon accept that?
I've got.
What now?
Like tamper-resistant label. Like if you printed your own tamper-resistant label.
I've got these things. They're like these holographic tamper-resistant labels that I get from eBay for about. I think they're about $4 or $5 for 100. But you just write the whatever you want to write on the label in Sharpie, stick it on the item, and then if somebody tries to peel it off, then they can't take it off without ruining the sticker.
Right. Now, does Amazon accept that?
If you take pictures and you submit it with your case, then I would assume that they should. I don't know.
Okay.
So have it
Well,
in
then
your,
maybe that's what I
have
want
it
to
show
do.
up,
I just want to protect myself as much as I can, you know?
have
Yeah.
it show up in your listing photos, like your, you know how you put the photos in Amazon?
Yeah.
Make sure that shows up in one of the photos, and if you know, if it has the serial number, take a picture of just the serial number.
Right. Okay.
Maybe put the, you know, put the, and don't put it, you know, don't put it as your very last picture, just to make sure that they look, you know, put it as your second or third picture or whatever.
Right.
Right.
Could I put that there's a bomb wired inside if you attempt to open this, it will kill you?
Yeah.
I don't know if that would work. If that would fly, it's probably against some policy somewhere. I'm sure.
Well, no, you ship UPS. I mean, should be able to ship it to the mail, but UPS would probably do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of experience selling electronics on Amazon. I think the people to talk to would be the Gilmoneys, just because they swear by. They
Right.
swear up
Well,
and down
and
that
they're
stuff
good
is
to talk to, but I know that they're a volume seller, and that's what I want to get to. But I'm interested in the small guy seller at the moment with that kind of stuff, because at their rate, you know, when you're sending in 20 of them at a time, who cares if 2 of them come back?
Yeah.
You know, but I've only got 2 VCRs and a DVD player. I don't even want a third of that coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've sold dozens of Xboxes and PS3s on eBay, and dozens and dozens of PS2s. Like, I probably sold a couple hundred PS2s, I'm sure. I mean, I've got pretty good volume with some of the video game electronics, and the only time I ever get returns is if something fails. Like, legit, the laser goes out or it red rings within a few days. It's the only time.
Yeah.
What's up, Brian?
How's it going?
Just waking up. Trying to
Shit,
get
man.
the day started.
I haven't been to bed yet. I'm usually not up this late, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I usually get to bed around 7.
gotcha. Yeah,
But,
I'm definitely an early bird. I'm like the 8 or 9 a.m. or 8 or 9 p.m. going to bed, 3 or 4 a.m. waking up. I just
yeah,
I can't stay awake, man. I'm narcoleptic after 7 o'clock. I just start falling asleep in my chair. I've got the hangout pictures to prove it.
Yeah. You just need meds to stay awake, man. I keep telling you that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I keep
Oh,
taking these meds.
Shit, I'll put it on air. I was diagnosed with narcolepsy a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So what do you
So-
got?
Huh?
You got the, what is that called? Provigil?
No, actually, New Vigil, I tried it, and I had a severe reaction to it that lasted about 6 weeks, put me in the hospital a couple
Oh,
times.
God.
So I'm back to Ritalin every day. So
That's why
I have
you
to
got
take
all the
it
energy.
twice a day, or I'll just fall asleep randomly.
That's how you keep going, man. You're
Hey,
up with Ritalin.
it actually helped with my sleep at night and stuff, and it's all residual from Iraq. I did 3 tours in Iraq, and you know I had a little too much fun. So
Well,
I get it.
we need to trade. I have to take medication to fall asleep.
yeah, I'm supposed to, but I don't because I got the kids. So
If we
Yeah,
get
I
Chad
think-
on here, we could just do a meds freaking swap.
oh yeah, I've commented on
Summer swap.
Jeff's med lineup. I think my last count was like 7 a day is what I take, different meds.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I only
Coffee in the
have,
morning, beer at night. That's about the
there you go.
extent of my medication.
I have 2.
Are you a vet too, Jeff?
I'm a vet, but not of any war. I got out before the war started.
Right on.
Word. Me too.
Yeah, I meant to get out after the first tour. 2 tours later, they put me out.
There's a lot of vets, man, in reselling.
Yeah. Well, you learn a lot of discipline and stuff from the military. I mean, they teach you. I mean, you really get used to starting, like being a self-starter and all that. I mean, yeah, you talk about or you hear talk about the brainwashing and all that from people that have never been in, but I mean, they teach you how to like just get out there and become a doer, and they also teach you. I don't know. I think you get a little bit of that mentality where you can't handle idiots and you can't handle
Yeah.
douchebags. So when you try to work for somebody else, then it's like, man, screw this.
Yes.
I
That's
can't deal
the
with
vet thing about reselling and stuff. You know, the only difference between this current war and vets doing reselling in previous wars is we're doing it online. But if you think about how many Vietnam vets, World War II vets, you know, that own little mom and pop stores, gas stations, things like that, it's because it fits their personalities after getting out of the military. It's tough to work for other people.
Yeah,
So
you
they
just can't
find that if they work for themselves and they can help other people by having a store, you know, their life is better. And I think that's why you see a lot of folks that are vets in the reselling gig, because it's the same thing. They're working for themselves and getting out here and helping people, you know.
Kind of comes second nature to like try to mentor and stuff like that.
Right. It's like a lot of guys I served with also became truckers. Same thing. They're independent, you know. They're working for themselves. They don't have a boss.
Yeah, a lot of truckers are ex-military.
Yep. It fits the personality. I mean, I can't do the suit and tie. The security gig's hard enough.
Yeah.
I got to drive some pretty big trucks when I was in the Guard, but I didn't have a license. I drove one of those the tank haulers. You ever seen one of those with the rear independent steering on the trailer?
No.
It sits higher than a semi trailer, and then it's made to drive like off road.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Real big tires, and then the front would turn. I don't know. If the front's turning this way, the back is turning that way.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's for like off-road, getting like the supplies to the back line or through like the dirt roads and back into the woods and stuff.
So I was helping offload the cargo ship full of all of our equipment, and it was like we're offloading everybody. It's not just our units. And I got to drive some really big stuff I had never gotten in before, and they were just like, "You think you can get it off here?" Like, I hope so, man.
Yeah.
Some specialist got me hung on the side of the ship, totally put a dent in the ship, man. Walked away. Anyway.
Yeah. How were the sales this weekend? You get any crazy sales or any scores that from sourcing? Anything?
I heard you talking about the kind of onesie twosie stuff. That's sort of where I was at this weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple $100 in sales, but it was all stuff that I got for for a skirt, man.
Right.
So that's cool. I stack a lot of like practical stuff, just stuff I know somebody's gonna need this time. I pick the quality, like a lot of the times at the thrift store you'll go in the kitchen section or you go in a utility and they've got the crap and they got the quality and it's all priced the same.
Oh yeah. Well, once you learn how to look around, I hear people complain all the time that they can't find stuff or that this is overpriced or that's overpriced. And I go into stores that I know are going to be overpriced all the time. Like I go in there expecting it. But when you go and actually start looking around and digging, you can always find something that somebody missed. And if it's a big store, then you're going to find multiple stuff like that. I mean, there are stores that I can't buy clothes from because they're going to have those Robert Graham shirts for $50. They're going to have those cashmere blazers for $40. But then when I go and look at the remote pile, then they're going to have like $100 remote maybe sitting there, or go through the DVDs and there might be a $50 video game in there.
You got a good point, and I think it's good when you go to the thrift store to really try to be observant and take notes. Like every time I go, I want to take a new aisle that I haven't gotten anything out of before, and I want to find something that's worth it to buy and try to resell. Like I don't do this as much anymore, but when I was first starting out and getting familiar with all the different thrift stores around here, I would basically go and I would set out to find like, what is this thrift store consistently underpricing? Like every thrift store seems like they've got some stuff where these guys are looking it up on eBay. They don't know a damn thing about pricing anything for resale in various markets, and they're putting just a total whacked out price on something that nobody's going to pay, and then it's going to get sent to the outlet, and it's going to get banged up and fucked up before anybody even gets a chance to buy it, which pisses me off. But then you're always going to have the total opposite. Like every store has the total opposite, and you got to find it. Because usually those people that think that they're doing the store a favor by overpricing stuff so it doesn't get sold to anyone, they're also doing somebody a favor by underpricing certain stuff. So if you know what they're underpricing, you can go grab it every time. And usually it's different for every store. Even like between two Goodwills or between two St. Vincent de Paul's, like they're completely different items that are underpriced.
Yeah, pretty much. So you haven't been on the show yet. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself? I see you in the comments a lot, and I know you've got a show and everything.
Yeah. My name is Brian. I've been reselling for about 4 years now. I am a military vet. I was in the Navy. I was in the Army National Guard. I've worked in corporate. I've worked in private a lot with cell phones. If you have any questions about selling cell phones, I can answer them. If you just send me a message on Facebook or anywhere, I can usually steer you in the right direction. I have a lot of random experience in my life that's just kind of blessed me with the ability to go in and find stuff that I know is good. And so once I figured out that I could start doing that, I started doing it while I was in school just to make some extra money. And then when I got tired of school, I just started doing it full time. I did it one summer in between classes, and I said, wow, I could do this. It's been ever since, man.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of in the same boat. You don't realize. I mean, you just can't start reselling one day because you decide that's what you want to do. You got to kind of fall into it and ease into it and learn a lot. And it's a steep learning curve that once you get it down, then it's really easy and kind of becomes second nature. But it does.
There's certain parts that are second nature. Like, as a rule of thumb, maybe I take for granted like just being raised or brought up in an environment where people do right by each other. Like, hey, this thing isn't working out for me. Like, okay, well, even though I'm getting frustrated about it, like, I'm not going to sit here and be a dick to you because it's not your fault. It's not working out. Like, a customer that's coming at me and they're like, oh, I ordered the wrong item. It's this $400 item that you don't have the money to pay me back for right now. I'm like, oh, God, dude. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And I initiated a return on it before I even got to tell you about it. Like, oh, that was great, man. But what do? Like, I had a situation like this not too long ago. I called this guy. I'm like, hey, I know that you probably didn't know this, but it kind of puts a stress on me when people do things in a certain way, and a lot of times they don't realize they're doing it because the way eBay sort of funnels them into the situation. Like if I get an item that's not as described, it used to be that on eBay it would ask you, it would be like, did you contact the seller? Now you click that box and it doesn't even give you that option. Where the truth is, if they would just contact you as a seller 99% of the time, you'd be like, oh, that's the problem. I'm really sorry about it. Like, oh, you need support. Like, well, when it's like an internet router or something like that, like obviously like RTB, read the book, read the directions, learn how to set it up. But if it's just something simple like that, maybe I forgot to tell you about something, I mean, maybe I didn't think that I would need to tell somebody how to use something or just some little detail. There's so many things that we could solve and save the whole process of returns or refunds, and we can increase the level of customer satisfaction. But eBay kind of threw us under the bus by funneling these people into the into this whole. I don't know what the right way to say it is. It's like,
Well, last week I actually had a sale where I'd sold a CD player, just a little Walkman, so I just took it for granted. And this guy sends me a message back, and he's like, "Hey, I'm having problems with it." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's an easy fix." But he actually sent me a message. He didn't open up a case, anything like that, and he was not tech savvy. This is a guy that uh, he was just like, "Oh, just some dude that wanted a CD player, and he couldn't figure out how to get it to work." So I don't think it's as easy to open up a case as some people seem to be talking about. And I mean, I haven't had a problem with my defect rating yet. I get maybe one return a week, and
really?
like I said before, if I get a return, it's because I deserved it. 99% of the time. I mean, I can't think of a whole lot of cases where I didn't, where it wasn't my fault. Where
Usually I catch the ones that I deserve before I ship them.
Oh, well, I mean, it's stuff like I'll send an Xbox, and 2 days after they get it, it'll red ring, or it'll just stop reading discs. I mean, or like the one, or I'll sell two similar items that are really close, and I'll have 20 items to ship out that day, so I'll grab the wrong one just because I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
And I mean, I make those mistakes every once in a while, but I try to avoid them best I can. But sometimes it's just not unavoidable. It's never
And this
unavoidable.
weekend that turned out pretty good. I sold this mug to somebody. Actually, it was shipped to somebody here in San Diego, and it has a chip in the lip.
Yeah.
But I put that in my description, and it's chipped. I put it. I took a photo of it, and in Photoshop circled the chip with a big red circle and a chip with an arrow. And the guy got it, and he opened the return through the no hassle return policy.
Oh, hell no.
And this came with the chip with it. It's not as described. So I called eBay first to get on top of it, and they said no problem when it comes back, just dispute it. The guy shipped it back to me outside of the return program, meaning he didn't get the shipping label, he didn't click shipped, he just shipped it to me. And so I called eBay yesterday and said I'd like to go ahead and refund the guy, but I'm not going to pay for original shipping because it was as described. And they agreed with me and said no problem to ship them refund what you want through PayPal. And then he says, but you're not obligated to refund anything at all. We'll stand behind you, because he went outside the eBay process. So I didn't even have to refund the guy. And then after I was done, they gave me my full market value or final market value feedback. And they say it's going to come off of my defect, but it takes a couple days. So that's the only thing I'm waiting on right now, but everything else was great.
I've gotten a lot of defects for little logistical stuff where, like, you forget to cancel a transaction, or like, like, just seems like some little stuff can accumulate to the point where all of a sudden you lost your top-rated seller status, and you're like, wow, like, what did I do?
Right.
Yeah, I think the top-rated seller is something that I just look at as a bonus. I don't think of it. I don't build it in, or I don't expect it. I force myself to look at it like, okay, if I get it, cool. If I don't, well, I mean, it's significant, especially when you start doing enough volume where it makes a big difference. I mean, it can save you, when it's saving you $100 a month, then yeah, it's a big deal. But
That's
at the same time, man, like if you start focusing on it, and I mean, you get so mad when you lose it. Like when they first instigated the defect rating, I was just over the threshold for 2 months in a row, and I've just been working on making sure that all my transactions are as perfect as I can make them. I try and just package well, ship fast, and good descriptions, good pictures. Make sure the customer knows what they're getting so that I can cover myself. And my defect rating has slowly but surely just been dropping through the floor. So I mean, I've got it down to like 1% now, and it's been pretty good. But part of that is just doing volume. I mean, you got to be doing 5 or 10 sales a day minimum before you can really start to have an effect. You've got to be within that 3-month window as well. Otherwise, I mean, if you're not doing enough volume, I think it's like 300 sales or 400 sales in 3 months to be able to get your defect rating looked at like within the last 3 months. When you can get to that point where they're looking at your last 3 months worth of sales, now you can you can be really proactive, and I feel like you can do. It's a lot easier for you to control your top-rated seller status. But I mean, there's still stuff that's going to happen. People are still going to be just pains, every once in a while. You still got to deal with that. But yeah, I mean, like the stuff when I first got when they first instigated the defect rating, most of my transactions that were causing me the issues to make me lose top-rated seller status were from 3 or 4 months before, like they were on the outside edge,
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody knew that the defect rating was coming. They were leaving me 3-star feedback and stuff like that. Now I think eBay's gotten better at educating people on how to, like, what it really means, what the feedback means for the seller. So they've been a lot better at leaving feedback and everything.
Have you actually like tried to find that material where they sort of like? Is there actually some place where eBay is indoctrinating the customer into the whole "this is really how you do this" kind of feedback thing? Or
I have absolutely no idea. All I know is my feedback is. I don't know if my feedback's getting better because I'm more focused on making sure that everything's perfect. I've gotten better as a seller, obviously, but it could. I would imagine that a lot of it has to do with buyers' education. Like they know what it means for the seller, and they know how important it is. Good feedback is, and I'm sure that there are a lot of other sellers out there that have been more proactive than me about trying to educate the buyers, and when they get it from them, they're also they're gonna keep that in mind when they're buying from other buyers as well, or buying from other sellers, I should say, as well. But yeah, it's the game. Like I said, I try not to worry too much about my defect rating. Just be as good as possible. Just keep just try and get some volume. Try and get those smalls listed. Hopefully you just kind of hope that the buyers aren't going to be pains in the butt. And the better you are, and the better your auctions are described, and the better your pictures are, the less likely you are to run into problems.
right. The major problems that I have with the way things are running right now are like where I feel as though like you were talking about how sometimes you don't get a defect and somebody actually writes to you, and I think that there are just some customers that they don't really, they go on to buy stuff and they're not sitting there trying to figure out how to navigate it when it comes to reporting a problem or something. So it might be that, going to the transaction and clicking on the seller's name just is common sense to some people. Like, oh, well, I'll just write the guy. Like, that's what I did when I ordered the item. I clicked on his name and I could send him a message. And then there's other people that are like, what do I do if you type in like, what do I do if I want to return my item, or what do I do if my item is defective? Then when you look it up that way, that's when eBay funnels these people into a process that might not be the most productive for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. I understand what you're talking about, and I'm sure that they are doing a little bit of that.
And so that kind of irks me. Because I feel like, geez, first of all, we've got these policies that sometimes it was like a bunch of chiefs got around the table and talked about the carrying on of the Indians, and they didn't talk to any Indians before they set these policies in place, and then they send a different set of Indians to enforce what the chiefs said, so that when Indians have something to say, they go and they're like, oh, well, this is how it is. This is all we can do. Like, I don't know what to tell you, sir.
The difference with this, though, is this is a free market and a private corporation.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, it's one of those things, yeah, you can voice your opinion about it, but unless you're sitting on the board, it's really not going to make a difference.
You just
You
have
know,
to
or
learn
if
how
they
to.
bring you into a chat to talk to you, that might be something different. But for the most part, you just got to adapt to it or use a different
Yeah.
platform.
I mean,
Yeah.
shoot, I've got some specific things to address with eBay where I feel like the buyer and the seller experience could be enhanced. You know,
Yeah. Well, I think we've all got our opinions on that stuff.
yeah,
And I mean, like Eric was saying, if you don't like it, then like you really have to learn to work within the confines of their system if you want to be successful using their system. And there's no doubt about it that it's easier to resell on eBay than it is to try to build a website and resell yourself. Or
for sure.
and you know, Amazon is totally different. You know, there are certain things that you can do well with on eBay that you can't do well with on Amazon. There are things on Amazon that you can do really well with that you'll never be able to move on eBay. But anyway, that's for another day.
Yeah,
Topic for another show. Right
for
now we
sure.
have to wrap this up. It's 9 o'clock my time,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're gonna have, like I said before, Tracy Smith, Entrepreneur Girl, coming on
Nice.
Wednesday. So that'll be a fun show. I've been talking to some other guests. If you have somebody that you would like to see on the show, if you're watching this, go ahead and message me. You know, get a hold of me, get them in touch with me. I'd love to. Always like to have new people on. If you want to get on the show, you know, we've got a rotating panel. We're always bringing new people on, people that you may never have heard of. Love to have you on. Just make sure you get with me and we can talk about it. But
I want to see
anyway,
Danica.
what's that?
I want to see Danica.
Oh, she had the camera on earlier. I think she's doing something with her kids.
Never
But
see.
she might pop on. Oh, there she is. Hi, Dan.
I've been here. It's just my guys are coming in and out, and I don't like them being on air.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All
So I
right.
had the camera turned off.
Well, thanks everybody for watching. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be on same time, same channel. And like I said, we're always looking for new guests, so just get a hold of me. But anyway, bye everybody.
See you later.
Yeah.
Um,